New orders just in, Jensen. The boss wants Pritchard to examine the Typhoon ASAP.
Copy that. Thanks for the lift.
No problem. Hey, and Jensen, I just wanted to say, new look suits you. Like, you haven't missed a beat at all.
Thanks.
So, how's it feel, being augmented?
Excuse me?
Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I've got a few neuro enhancements myself. Discreet ones to help me fly better. But I chose to get them implanted. You didn't. Now that you had a chance to try them out, what do you think?
What do we think? Do we think that we never asked for this? No, fuck it. We loved it. Sign me up for as many cyber augmentations as I can get as soon as possible, please.
You're right. I didn't choose to get augmented. And I still don't know if I would have if given the choice. But today felt good. Surprisingly good.
Dr. Reed said you'd take to them. Said it was in your genes.
Did she now?
Just be careful, okay? A lot of people think there's a reason the human body rejects this technology over time.
I didn't peg you for the type who gets caught up in metaphysical debates, Malik.
I'm not. I told you myself I've got neuro enhancements. I'm just saying the choices we do get to make inevitably have consequences.
Yeah. Tell that to the bastard who did this to me.
I hear you. And you know what? You're not the only person in this place who wants to find him. So if I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
Thanks, Farida. You're pretty cool.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
What do we want to ask about?
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin, even Eric Koss. The labs their bodies were found in.
Were burned to a crisp. I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack was just to destroy Megan's research.
Sure looks that way. Mr. Seraph is hoping to reconstruct it, but it may take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
Badly burned bodies. Always a good sign.
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Seraph is not pleased.
So that could just be general corporate red tape, or it could be something more sinister.
You were there that night. What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew what had hit us...
They were gone.
Whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
I'm gonna find them, Malik. One way or another.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab.
Right? Oh yeah, I'd forgotten.
See you later then. Oh, and Jensen, the boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
Lovely stuff. So let's go and do all of that. Gubs. Get ourselves back in here.
I think it's disgusting how public opinion has turned on David so quickly. Like it's his fault.
And we're starting with the tech labs, aren't we? So
I don't buy for a second he was with people.
yeah, let's go see what Pritchard has to say for himself.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence.
Yeah, I'm basically
If this
Gandhi.
is about the Typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
So does he know whose codes were used, and is it significant? Probably is, otherwise it would have told us about it. Let's see. So this is all about the brain and how it can be changed over time. Okay, so yeah, so neuro thingies are possible. Good to know. Everyone needs a bit of neuro thingy every now and again. Now, let's have an explore, see if any of these doors can be unlocked. Without hacking, of course. No, it looks like they're all locked on this floor at least. There's an elevator I can take to get up to Sarif, I think. Let's just have a quick poodle around up here.
Megan made her presentation in Washington. The UN
Yeah.
would be considering
I know I can get some of the passcodes for some of these doors down the line, but we're most definitely not hacking any ourselves if we can avoid it. Here's one we can go in. Oh, it's because someone's working here. And in her spare time she's reading a glossy romance novel of some sort. Good to know. Anything else to do in your office, lady? Anything hiding under your desk? Hiding in the corners? Hiding behind these books and boxes? No, it's just an office with a person.
I hear you cleared up the situation at the plant, Adam. Nice job.
Yeah, I'm fucking great. So, yeah, doesn't seem to be much else going on until we pop up and talk to our man Dave.
I'm telling you, Hugh,
Oh.
he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
So that was Hugh Darrow. Another of Sarif's types.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him at Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
He's not the thing we're looking to take care of, bro.
And I did. The Typhoon is safe. Sanders didn't know about it. He didn't even know his hacker was augmented. He's not the mastermind behind this, boss.
So you cut him a break? The man broke into my facility and took hostages, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, 'cause so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
So,
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
should be
Depends
no
who I run
problem.
into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
So, do we debate the legality of it, or do we follow orders?
You got it.
We fucking follow orders. I don't give a shit if it's illegal. Sounds like good fun. Breaking into a police station. Athene, good to see you. And back down we go. Good old Detroit, 7 years from now. I'm sure this is what it's going to look like.
Please report to your office. Adam Jensen?
Go to my office. Does somebody want to see me? They probably do, you know. Now, is my office on this floor? Am I running around in circles? Am I running the wrong way round to get to my office? Quite possibly, because there it is. Yep. I came out of that elevator and I went all the way around there when I was aiming for that door.
Hey, Jensen, glad to see ya. Damn it, now I sound like his girlfriend or something.
You wish you were my girlfriend. Anyway, let's see what we can find in our desks. More painkillers, that's always good. And let's see, bottle of wine, pocket secretary. Yeah, I could use my own password, I suppose, because how else am I going to get into my computer? I'm leaving Pritchard to the computer stuff.
Remember me?
So Greg wants to meet us. Very nice. And Athena's got... Let's see... Door code 1364, minor security. Neuropozyne thefts. Neuropozyne is the drug that augmented people use to stave off the rejection of the orgs by their body. So, yeah. We're going to have to deal with that at some point. Here's our security cameras, which we can turn off at will. So we'll leave them off. They're not going to attack this place again, I'm sure.
Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around.
Yep.
How about you,
Sounds
Cruella? You
tough.
okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Yeah,
A
we
couple
go.
of
It's getting
months
to the
ago,
point.
me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Why should I help you? You're a big goober and you've just got yourself into this mess. I mean, fuck it, I'll help, but I won't be happy about it.
Alright, tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
Good enough.
Got it from here.
See, the average player might think they're just going to hack his computer and steal the stuff. We're going to have to come up with something else, because hacking, as we've previously established, is for ball bags. Now, which of these doors did I get a code for? Let's see. Denzel Mitchell. Gonna do a quick run around, see if we can't find Denzel's office. Here we go. You'd think she could have been nice enough to tell me where the bloody door was that I needed to get into. But regardless, 1364 is the code. Now, what suspicious antics do we have in this room? We've got a book, Global Politics Review, 2026 edition, so last year. So, yep, China continuing to become a superpower as the USA falters. Let's see. China's attitudes towards human rights and the environment have not progressed. So yeah, that's the thing with these near future ones. They often stick pretty close to the current reality as it is, and then just try and extrapolate a bit from there. So let's see. So this came from Shine Ferret at HackerNet. So has Denny got a hacker who's also looking into these thefts, maybe? Door code 274145. So maybe we can investigate that. And we'll steal the candy bar whilst we're here, because that's what you get for being involved in suspicious activities. Now, door 27 will be on the floor below. 4045 was the code, I think. Don't even need to remember the code because it's just going to show it up for me, which is nice. Saves you having to fanny around in menus that you don't need to. 4145. Lovely. Now, we've got a vent in here. That's always nice. And a compute. Let's see. Nothing terribly exciting in there. Credit chips are always welcome, though. Another ebook, so a bit more XP for reading that. The Neural Hub. So it's more talking about that neuroplasticity and such, probably. Processors getting smaller over time. Let's see, nervous systems. Multi-core processors. So yeah, talking about the interfaces that are connecting your brain to all of these augments. That's cool. And a bit more XP just for using an air vent. Lovely. And so we haven't even got a key to this room yet, and yet here we are. So, got more credit chips, always welcome. A computer that's not hacked, so security measures, network security. Lovely. There's some interesting emails on the computers. You can tell that these people have worked in an office before from the way they go through it. Now let's have a look. Transcript of a seminar given by Hugh Darrow. So he seems to be very much the type who he's going to build all this advanced shit regardless of whether or not it's moral or correct to use any of it. He's going to leave that up to philosophers and whatnot. His talents, he reckons, are just in making this stuff. And yeah, if it gets misused down the line, that's a failure on behalf of other people. It's kind of irresponsible as approaches go.
Memories. I love working here, but it's hard knowing that at any
Hey, Cindy.
second...
God, I can't talk about it. Mr. Jensen! Oh, everyone's talking about what a great job you did saving the hostages. You're a real hero, sir. Can I help you find something?
No, I just came up to say hello.
Thanks, I'll find my way.
Of course. Have a good evening, sir.
You too, Cindy. Suppose we better venture out into the mean streets of Detroit itself. See what lies beyond the doors.
Mrs. Reed?
Helen, I'm sorry you
It's Megan's
startled
mum.
me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. This is where you work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
Yep. Sure is.
I know what you mean. It's never been the same for me either.
I guess it's not meant to be easy. It seems there's just no right way to deal with something like this. And I can't even begin to imagine how things have been for you after all you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
There it is. There's the classic line. I never asked for this. Fuck it.
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm
Damn
glad
right.
to know you take it so well. Many of us wouldn't be able to cope so easily with such traumatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more?
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. I can see why she loved you. Not even that degree of mechanical modification could change what she saw in you. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
Yeah, we'll help you find out, although I don't think it's going to help you in any way. I mean, what are you going to do if it turns out that there was a big shady conspiracy? It's not going to bring her back, is it? But yeah, we'll look into it.
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself. I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
So there we go. She's now going to go and sit in our apartment and wait there for possibly hundreds of hours while we do other side quests and whatnot. So where do we look at our quests? Mission log, here we go. So we've got a few different side quests. We've got visiting Greg. We've got Motherly Ties, which is sorting out what happened to Meg. And then we've got the one that Tim's given us to deal with that. But before we do any of those, we'll activate this one to visit the limb clinic. Did I just deactivate it again? I did. Good. So now the quest markers should lead us to the limb clinic. Because that's a good a place to start as any in this city. So let's take a stroll about and see what we can find. Let's find some problematic voice acting.
Well, shit.
Well,
if it
shit.
Ain't the captain himself. Mr.
Who allowed
Self
this
done fixed
bollocks?
you up good, ain't he? Give you new set of glasses and everything. Damn.
Damn, I'm black.
Didn't think I'd see you walking this boulevard anytime soon.
Why?
That's for sure. Not after what happened 6 months ago. People said you's down for the count.
People tend to underestimate me.
You and me both, Captain. You and me both. You got any credits you could spare?
Have a beer, Tish.
Here. It's not credits, but...
Mighty kind, Captain. Mighty kind.
How about you give me some information, and then we'll see.
Oh, damn, Captain. You ain't no cop no more. Why you gotta insist on using them rules?
Because it's my money this time, not the department's. You want it, you better give me something that's worth it.
Yeah, I guess. So what you want to know?
What do we want to know? Secret path sounds good.
I might need to do a little trespassing soon. Maybe get inside some places where I'd rather not be seen going in.
You being kind of vague, Captain, but maybe it's best I don't know the Pacifics.
Pacifics.
You're right.
What I do know, though, is that most people tend to look down, not up. And even when looking down, they don't necessarily think about what's under their feet. If a person ain't too squeamish about getting dirty, they might be able to get inside one of the more sensitive areas in the city. Especially if they arm themselves ahead of time with the right information.
How do you know this, Tish? What's the point in this? Is it going to unlock passcodes, or is it just going to tell me about hidden routes that I could stumble across anyway? Let's leave her for now, mostly because her voice acting is depressing as fuck.
I think I've got all the information I need right now, Tish. Maybe next time.
I'll be right here waiting for you, Captain.
Seriously, who allowed this bollocks? I mean, there's no shade on the actor there, but that's why you have a fucking director who's like, yeah, you sound a bit too much like a fucking parody there, would you mind toning it down a bit? Instead, she thought she was doing a decent job. It's just like, yeah, it's a good look, you know, having the first black character that you meet outside of the first mission just rooting through bins and making that comedy accent.
You got anything you want to buy or sell?
Enough said on
guy
that.
You want to deal with?
This guy's not much
Everything's
better.
on a computer, right at your fingertips.
Hey, I'm a shady guy. Right. Do we need a 10mm pistol? Be nice. I think I'd like to keep all three of these weapons. That's my loud weapon. That's just a silent sniper rifle, so it's just fucking useful. And then I'll slap a silencer on this pistol and it can be my up close and personal deadly weapon. So don't need stun gun darts, therefore. Don't need combat rifle ammo. We've got a very small inventory at the moment, so yeah, let's sell what we can. Am I ever going to use these energy bars? Maybe. I often forget, but maybe. Not going to use any of the hacking software because we're not doing hacking, because we're cool. And is it worth carrying those around when I probably won't use them? Maybe I'll use them. Maybe I can blow some doors up with them. Now, what have you got for sale? You've got ammo, you've got weapon upgrades. The burst round system. Shotguns. So we probably do want that damage upgrade. Especially if it's only $250. And yeah, we'll buy some automatic unlocking devices because they're possibly going to be handy.
Always a pleasure.
Down the line. So let's combine that with our revolver again. And now we can have a little explore. Although we're close to our limb clinic, so maybe we should go and find that.
Some real tight merch. Those art lovers get in my face now, I'm ready to pop it.
Grayson, where he at these days?
Yo, where you been, man? You been running shit through that abandoned gas?
Oh no, it's a main quest, isn't it? So it's the yellow marker I need, not the blue one.
He can hook you up nice, man.
What an idiot.
I'm thinking about getting my pit bull augmented. Get him some.
Oh my god, people want to augment their pets. That sounds like the worst fucking idea in the world. Although, I can see why there'd be a market for it. Augmented cats that don't shed their hair everywhere. It's not something I'd be cool with. I like my cats being messed up little bundles of fluff. Right, are we going anywhere near the right direction here? I'm just sort of roaming at this point, unlocking the XP for just travelling the city, but this looks like it might be the right way. And something we can do in this game is, of course, pick up these barrels and plonk them down, and then use them as steps. But then I can't move this dumpster because it's too heavy. Maybe it's time to start levelling up a bit. We've got 3 praxis available, that's nice. So let's take the thing that lets us beat multiple people up, because I just love it. And then what have we got in arms? Punch through wall, move and throw heavy objects. Let's get that one, because we can demonstrate that one right away. Up. And yeah, if you're on the wrong side of that and it hits you in the mouth,
Adam,
it's not going to go well for you.
You got that neural hub yet?
You're asking me to pull off a heist, boss, inside a police station. It's gonna take time.
Right. Well, if you can't talk your way past the lobby, there's gotta be another entrance outside. In back or...
I'm sure I changed the fucking quest to active. Visiting the limb clinic, active, so yeah. So why...
On the roof. Save the frontal assault as a last resort.
Why is the marker pointing me towards the police station? I don't want the police station, I want the limb clinic. Fuck's sake. Let's explore a bit more of the city then. It'll take a while for us to get our bearings. We'll also get a bit of... It's not lag per se. We get a bit of nonsense out here as we move into new parts and it loads up. So is this Derelict Road?
Did you book me a trick inside D-Road? What if some shit goes down? How am I even gonna get out of there?
Don't worry, baby. I'll come to get you.
You crazy? They ain't just gonna let you go through the front door?
It's the way in on the 4th floor of the building next door. Or if you can get away, meet me in the sewers.
What you say? I ain't gone through no sewers on account of your bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair.
This DRB turf, asshole. Don't try it.
Keep out of this, Hansa. Get lost.
Yep. So yeah, that's where the DRB hang out. I guess that's the Derelict Road Ballers or something like that. There's my apartment block, I believe. And what's down here? Doors. So yeah, we've wandered over to the entirely wrong side of town for the limb clinic. But that's fine, we'll find a way back there, I'm sure. You guys all just chilling out around here. That's fine. Punk.
You hear what that Pikus bitch was saying?
The resurgence of Detroit due in no small part to Seraph Industries.
What a fucking load.
That's a pretty good impression, my man. I like it. And we've got a door. Hacking 2, so it's probably not terribly exciting up there. And then, oh yeah, this leads us back down to our little tunnel, I guess. So, this is the way that we came in, I think. This should allow us to get back to somewhere near where the limb clinic might be. And sure enough, we passed it at some point. Limb. Pretty bloody obvious when you look at it like that.
Approve of these protests. These limb people.
Fancy cutscene for walking through a door. That was the cutscene. I hope you enjoyed it.
Ah, Mr. Jensen. David Seraph told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
It's been 6 months, Doc. Shouldn't I be under Opposine shots by now?
One would think, but these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrode seems to be getting stronger.
So I'm free to go?
Well, Mr. Seraph did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account. Your brain needed time to recover, to get used to the mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally over time.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Sarif want?
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
You can, if you prefer. But Mr. Sarif did make a generous donation to LIM in your name, thus ensuring that Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
Sweet. So basically that's their explanation for the leveling up system. I've already got all the enhancements in my brain and whatnot, and in my bod, but they're going to gradually turn on over time, but I can speed it up by buying Praxis kits, which cost 5,000 a pop. We'll buy one, and then you've also got some healing items. Lovely.
Very well, Mr. Jensen. Use it in good health.
Sweet. And so that was basically why we came here, so we could just get another Praxis. Now, what can we do with our batteries? Can we increase the speed at which they recharge? Battery recharge rate. Yeah, so that speeds up energy recharge. That gives you extra cells. But yeah, basically at this point, I just want recharge rate up so I can choke out 2 bitches in a short period of time.
Dr. Teasdale to X-ray.
So that's a note from Sarif by the look of it.
To X-ray.
Yeah, he knows full well that there's still going to be haves and have-nots in this world after augmentation is popular, but he doesn't see that he can stop that by cancelling augmentations, and it's not morally right to do so if you've got the technology there. So yeah, that's fair enough, I guess.
Anesthesia before. Is it true they stop your heart and the machine does your breathing?
More or less. I know it sounds a little hair-raising, but we do it every day, several times over. It's a very safe procedure.
Cool. Shouldn't be wandering around out here.
It gets done through your IV.
Not a doctor.
You'll be asked to count.
Don't belong in here. But yeah. Oh, here we go. Adam Jensen. Unique autoimmune disorder. May not require neuropathy injections anytime soon. So basically, yeah, we're the goddamn chosen one. Could have just been circumstance and whatnot that brought us into this situation and everything, but no, it was actually because we've got magic genes that appear to make us really good at being augmented. So that's cool. Another game where we're the chosen one. That's fine. Now we can venture back out into the city at large.
Protesting is not against the law.
I know that, officer.
And now,
Adam, are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam, if you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
okay, that's what Mr. Sarif wants us to do then. But what are our side options right now? Lovely. I think we should go in and meet our friend Greg and see what he's got to say.